It is hard to resist the face of that cute little dog wagging its tail for a treat, begging at the dinner table.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. And if your dog is anything like my little pup, Cheekies, they're ready to chow down on anything.
Aww.
And here's a picture of my little one.
That's your dog?
She is the cutest, yes.
What kind of dog is she?
Okay, so I've been told she's a mix, like a terrier mix, Norfolk Terrier or a Jack Russell.
And does she beg at the table?
She loves food, I will say that.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to learn today on what we should be giving her or what we should not.
That's right, folks. Here with the do's and don'ts of what to feed your dog, what not to feed your dog, is Roger Zinn with Animal ER of Northwest Houston.
Hey guys,
Thank you.
hey, thanks for having me.
Gracie.
Oh yes, you can't forget Gracie.
Little Gracie.
First of all, this is a serious issue because this can make a dog very, very sick or even cause them to die.
That's correct.
Now, chocolate is the one we all know
We
of.
all know chocolate.
Absolutely. So yeah, chocolate's the main one, but what people don't realize is that a lot of the foods that we normally feed and that you normally eat, they're really high in fats and carbohydrates and really high in protein. And so these little guys, their bodies can't really metabolize a lot of those foods. And so what ends up happening is you start seeing those common things like vomiting, diarrhea, and those GI issues that you suddenly rush to the vet for because suddenly Fluffy's sick. Because, oh, wait, somebody must have given Fluffy French fries last night. So
And
those types of things.
I know Derek mentioned chocolate, but my question is, I've had my dog steal like an M&M or two, okay, and I've been very upset with her, but how much should a dog have, or how much is too much?
Yeah, well, chocolate in general. So there's a big difference between like dark chocolate and milk chocolate, and part of it's the active ingredient in chocolate. The cocoa is what we're really worried about, and so it really depends on the pet's size as well as the type of chocolate they ate. So if they ingest any type of chocolate, I'd definitely recommend following up with your family veterinarian, or the ASPCA has an amazing animal poison control hotline that you can call and speak to a boarded veterinary toxicologist. And that's a great resource too, because they can tell you, hey, your pet's eating a toxic dose of chocolate, you need to get to see your veterinarian.
Roger, at Animal ER of Northwest Houston, I'm sure you guys have seen all kinds of scary cases. What are some of the weirdest cases you've seen?
Weird cases? Oh gosh, I think there's just, we get such a variety of things, unfortunately, in emergency medicine. Things like hit by cars or dogs eating things they're not supposed to, like pacifiers or Barbie doll heads.
So eating foreign
things
objects.
Like foreign objects. More commonly though, we see about 60% of our patients come in with some type of GI upset.
What are some of the most common foods though that the dogs are maybe ingesting that they shouldn't?
Well, some of the big things that y'all are having when you're having for dinner, sometimes people like to give them pieces of their steak and meat, and that's great and all, but it's the seasoning and the butter and all those things that their little bodies can't break down. And so suddenly that's what's going to offset their
And I know
stomach.
there's macadamia nuts as well.
Macadamia nuts?
I can't help it, and I'm beating Derek to the punch. I need to get
Do you want to hold Gracie?
Because Derek is usually
he's a dog
hogger.
So
I beat you to it.
So there's many different things. So like macadamia nuts and other types of legumes can cause certain types of neurologic issues in pets. So it's very important to keep them away from those. Things like grapes and raisins, candies like gums and things like that. It has.
People would knowingly give their dog gum.
Well, it's not even that.
Sadly, I've had my dog, she stole gum from my mom's purse once.
Or I guess dogs could eat it off the ground.
Eat it off the ground. They get into things commonly, and the active ingredient, it's a sweetener in a lot of those products called xylitol. And xylitol will actually decrease a pet's insulin level, causing them to have like seizures and those types of things. So candies are also a big thing to make sure to stay away from.
Now, also dairy is one of them. That surprised me as well. A number of things on this table surprised me. Peanut butter, because I've seen people give their dogs actually a spoonful of peanut butter.
And this is the good
carrots.
stuff.
This is the this is the good stuff here. So if
so dogs can actually eat this.
They can eat these. So,
oh goodness me.
So I would definitely recommend, if you want to do snacks at home, things like peanut butter works great, bananas, carrots, cucumbers, blueberries, all these things have no carbohydrates, very low in fats and oils, and it's actually quite safe for them to eat. So it's a lot easier to do things like that. So highly recommend staying away from what you have for dinner, or if you have children, what they drop on the floor. So always just kind of make sure you clean up after them, because some of those things can just really kind of set off their little tummies.
I've heard some dog owners say, "Oh yeah, my dog eats anything," but that's
probably
not actually great, right?
No, it's not. And I think one of the big misnomers is bones. I know some people so many times like to pass bones to their dogs and things like that, and I hear so often in the ER like, "Oh, it wasn't chicken bones," but the thing that we worry about with bones is that bones can splinter. and as they swallow them, it can really
It'll
hurt their
hurt them.
esophagus. But the big thing that we're about, those splintering bones can possibly penetrate their intestine, which can cause a lot of severe complications for these little guys. And so I always recommend, if you want to do like raw hides or things like that, speak to your veterinarian. They may have some amazing options for you at their hospitals, or if you go to some of the local retailers, find things that are safe. And we always recommend, when you're giving big bones and things like that to pets, they should always be supervised chewing those, because things like that can break off, they can swallow them, and
Right.
the last thing you want is it to get stuck in their tummy, and then it
no.
can't come out, and then next thing you know, you're at the ER.
Trouble. So what about, there's gluten-free diets now for pets, or corn-free. How do you
Right.
feel about that? Is that a myth, or?
Well, I think there's a lot of discussion about diets and grain-free diets and things like that. But the common thing that I think we hear a lot is like gluten-free diets. Well, gluten-induced celiac disease is where this is coming from, which is in people. It's not in animals. And so, unfortunately, sometimes people kind of hop on the bandwagon and jump on these new fads that are kind of going on.
Like a doggy paleo diet?
Like a doggy paleo diet. Grains and things like that still provide quite a bit of nutrients and proteins for pets, and a lot of times they use those as replacers for other types of meats and or fillers that they use, so it's more safe. If you're thinking about changing your pet's diet to something like grain-free or things like that, your veterinarian's an amazing resource for you to go to and just have a consultation about nutrition, figure out kind of what they would recommend, and I think that's the best place to start.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Absolutely, guys. Thanks
Roger
for having me.
and Gracie, for joining us today. And to check out this segment online, just visit HoustonLife.tv.